Today we're starting Module 6, so we're going to be talking about data and information and collecting it all different kinds of ways. Our target today is that I can generate and organize data, and data is information. Today the information we're going to collect, or pretend to collect in our case, is finding out what people's favorite color is. So if we were in the classroom, we could ask everybody what's your favorite color, and you'd have to choose one that we see right here. You have to choose green, yellow, red, blue, or orange. If your favorite color is black, you can't choose that. You'd have to choose another one. So we're working with green, yellow, red, blue, and orange. How could we keep track of our data? Instead of me just saying, hey, what's your favorite color, and just trying to remember everything in my head, what can I do? One thing we can do is something called a tally chart, and this is where we just kind of like make a little mark every time someone answers the question. It might look like this. So here's our favorite colors. Right here, this is the title of our chart. And then I said, this is going to be my colors, and this is going to be the number of students over here. And each tally, so each little line that I make is just going to have one student. It's really important that when we make a chart, we tell what the value of the mark is. So 1 for green, 4 for yellow, 5 for yellow. And this is how we would represent with tally marks. 1, 2, 3, 4, and every time we have a fifth, we cross it like that. And that's to make it visually easier to count. This way, when I look at my paper, I know right away, right here is 5 because it's 4 with the slash. So this chart is in our problem set, and I've actually already filled it out with some answers for us. And where you're not going to put your own favorite color on there, but we can do this activity together in our problem set. So go ahead and open to your Pocket page Lesson 1 problem set or to your Seesaw assignment, and let's go ahead and do this. And if you're in the packet, it should also have the tally marks filled in for you already. All right, so I'm in my problem set, and yours should look just like mine if you're doing it in Seesaw. If you're on the paper packet, it's going to look a little bit different. So number 1 is just showing us this chart here. And I can see the different colors, and I can see how many students chose each one, remembering that a tally mark is for one student. Number 2 says to use this tally chart to answer our questions. So letter A, how many students chose orange as their favorite color? So here's orange, and I can see that there's 1, 2, 3 tally marks. So I'm going to go ahead and write 3 because 3 students chose orange. How many students chose yellow? Here's yellow, 1, 2. 2 tally marks means 2 students. Which color did students choose the most? Red and blue look like they have a lot of tally marks, and I know that both of these have at least 5 because there's my 4 with the slashed fifth mark. So 5, 6. There's 6 on red, and there's 5, 6, 7 on blue. So which color did students choose the most? I'm just going to write blue next to that. How many students chose it? Well, I already counted, and I saw there was 7. So this is pretty simple. We just have to look at the information on the tally chart and we are recording it over here in our questions, right? Letter D, which color did students choose the least and how many students chose it? I see that yellow only has 2. Green had 4. 1, 2, 3. So let's see. Oh, yellow. Yellow was the least because it only has 2. What's the difference between the number of students in part C, which was 7, and the number of students in D, which was 2? When it says what's the difference, that's a subtraction problem. 7 minus 2 is 5. And there's my number sentence to show what I'm thinking right there. Letter F, write an equation to show the total number of students surveyed in this chart. So I'm going to need to do some adding. I think I'm going to use my text tool for this. Let's see. I have 4 students that chose green. I'm just adding all my students together. 2 for yellow, 6, 7, and 3 equals. Let me see. I'm going to move this down here, get some more room here. Get my pencil first. I know that 4 plus 2 is actually 6 right here. and 7 plus 3 is 10. So now I have 10 plus, 2 sixes is 12. So 12 plus 10 is 22 students. All right, let's go to the next page. If you're not ready, please pause your video. We are going to use that same tally chart to complete this graph. And this graph has hearts. It says each heart represents one student. So I've already done the green for us. There was 4 tally marks in green, which means I need 4 hearts. And then you can click and drag. If you're doing this at home on paper, hearts are kind of hard to make. You could make, if you can't make a heart, then just like draw a circle or something. But make sure you draw the same one for every time. So yellow had 2 people, so I'm going to just choose 2 of my hearts and drag them over there. And red had 6. So we're just clicking and dragging. Spread these out a little bit nicer. 3, 4, 5. Oh, that one's going crooked. 6. Blue has 7. 2, 3, and you could always use your pencil tool if you would rather hand draw it, but I think this is a little bit easier. 7, and then I need 3 hearts for orange, so there we go, 3 hearts. Oh, I used all my hearts, perfect. So drag your hearts, and we're just 1 heart for 1 tally mark. That's all you have to do on this chart. And then pause your video while you finish this, and then we'll go to slide 3. All right, on slide 3, we're using the same graph, except that I am looking way down here, and it says each heart represents 2 students. 2 students. So green right now has 2 hearts in it, because this is 2 people and this is 2 people, which makes 4. So yellow only had 2 students choose it. I only need 1 heart. That's a heart is for 2 students. Maybe think of it as each half of the heart is 1 person. Let's do red. Red had 6 students, so that's 2, 4, 6. Blue had 7 students, so there's 2, 4, 6. How am I going to show 7? I only need half of this heart, because now I'm showing 8. So what if I just maybe take my pencil and I'm going to make it white? And I'm just going to scribble out half of my heart. That'll work. And then I need to do orange, which is 3. So there's 2, and that's 4. So again, we've got to scribble out half of our heart. There we go. Perfect. All right, I went to slide number 4, and I'm on number 4, and we're going to use this graph. This is the one that we just made on the other page. And we're going to tell what each heart represents. And it tells us right here, each heart represents 2 students. So I'm going to type that. Each heart represents, so means 2 students. I'm just typing exactly what it says right here, because it told me this. They did not make it hard. And then we're going to do letter B. Draw a picture and write a number sentence to show how to represent 3 students in your picture. Letter B. Draw a picture and write a number sentence. Okay. Draw a picture and write a number sentence. So I'm going to look over here because I'm talking about 3 students. So I'm looking at orange, and I see there's a heart. Oh, I'm on white still. There's a heart. And then there's half a heart. Okay. This heart is 2 people. And that heart is 1 person. So 2 plus 1 equals 3. So there's my picture. The hearts are my picture. My number sentence is my equation right here with 2 plus 1 equals 3. Okay, not as hard as I thought it was going to be. I had to read it to myself twice. Letter C, how many students do all these hearts represent? Now remember that each heart is 2. So if this is 2 and 2, let's count by 2s. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So we have 14, and then it says to write a number sentence to show how we know. I could do 2 plus 2 plus 2. I could do repeated addition, or I could use multiplication. So if each heart is 2 people, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hearts, we would have 14 students. So that's right, because we counted by 2s to get there. Okay, let's go to slide 5. This is your exit ticket. So I'm not going to do this for you, but I'll read it. You're going to use this picture graph, which shows favorite sports. We have football, we have soccer, tennis, and hockey. Now, the big thing to remember here is that each circle is 3 students. So every time you see a circle, it's actually worth 3 students. You have to use some of those multiplication skills or count by 3s, right? So letter A, the same number of students picked which sports as their favorite. So which one of these has the same number of circles? And how many students picked tennis? So tennis is right here. So you're going to count how many people used tennis and put that down for letter B. Letter C, how many more picked soccer than tennis? So this is going to be a subtraction problem. Show me a subtraction problem. How many total students were surveyed? This one is tricky. You cannot just count the circles and tell me that's the number of students, because each circle is 3 students. So see if you can figure out how to do that. You could solve that as a multiplication equation. And then you have 3 slides of homework to do with more charts.